Willie Ryder is looking that field over carefully. Our pace car, driven by Peter Locke, dives to the infield. Here they come, heading for turn 4. The mighty NASCAR Modifieds are underway.
And we are racing in. He's got company marked behind him. Pastriak on the outside. They're all bunched up.
Look at Brunholzl in the 28. Move up alongside Carl Pastriak. Doug Hebron looking good as he moves into 4th place. Our field working its way, and Wayne Anderson, our first lap leader. Rick Fuller with a problem in car 77, dropping immediately off the pace as the cars dip and dive around him.
Oh, it does an unbelievable job of getting out of the way, and the rest of the drivers managed to clear him. Green light is still out. Fuller's moving on the track, but he's way down on the bottom side. Now, Pastriak in 2nd place. Brunholzl got a real break during qualifying because the lights went out. He had to come back out. Whatever he did between the 1st and 2nd time gave him a starting position way up front. He's showing that he can run up there, too. Now running in 3rd spot. Yellow flag is out. Fuller, tough break on a Polar Express car on the back straightaway.
Well, Rick Fuller, certainly one of the big crowd favorites, apparently having a mechanical problem right on the first lap as he drives
on this car over here. They're working on it right now. It looks like they're trying to get themselves back out there. Let's hope for the best. It might be a long time going, though. You know how it is when you got to work against the gun.
Okay, Joe, thanks.
All right, Joe, here we go with the restart.
Anderson once again on the throttle. Hebron now on the outside. Brunholzl down on the inside. Hebron with the advantage, but not by much. Brunholzl, who is really heating up that lower group. Stays right alongside, now drops back a bit. Doug Hebron sits now in 3rd place. Anderson with no breathing room at 1st. Pastriak in 2nd.
Mike Stefanik overtakes Jeff Fuller and moves into 5th place. So there's a big move for you right there. Jan Leedy now running in 7th. Down the backstretch they go, and the pace is furious. Steve Parth also now picking up a position in car 1. And still Anderson at the line.
Stereo max number of positions. Looks content to just sit and let the field sort itself out of it. This is a 150 lap race. Marks coming out of the car on the back straightaway. We not see an indication of a flat tire at this point.
Max Worley through the sparks. May have made some contact with Brad Hietala in the 54 as the field is now really starting to sort out. Down the backstretch. Ed Flemke moves up a notch in car 11. Off the turn they come to complete lap number 10. Carl looks to the outside and see if there's some room around. Anderson shuts the door. Again, Pastriak gets up right on his bumper as they come out of turn number 4. Tony speeds the machine. Gets to the front. Doug Hebron also looking to the inside. There just isn't enough room. The track hasn't groomed up wide enough yet to allow these guys to go side by side, it appears, going into turn. Really starting to settle down now. Guys are waiting. Well, they're really run a few laps, get consistent, and then start running their strategy. Meanwhile, the number 15 car, his strategy is to keep everybody behind him, and it seems to be working at this point in time. Atlantic and Fuller, 44 and the 8 car, trail this leading pack, and there's about 5 car lengths back. Quite a battle now going on between Jeff Fuller and Mike Stefanik. Fuller down low. Meanwhile, Rick Fuller gets back into the competition. Rick Fuller is back. Whatever it was, maybe later on we have an opportunity to talk to the auto doc and see exactly what they found. But meanwhile, the guys are racing each other like crazy on 3 abreast down the back straightaway. Ed Flemke passing Brad Hietala. Now Mike McLaughlin does likewise. And up front, Carl Pastriak now all over the back bumper of our leader. Let's see if he makes a bid for the top spot. Down the backstretch they go. Doug Hebron running strong in 3rd place. He too is
starting to close the gap on our leader, Wayne Anderson.
Mark Ontario making any serious efforts to move up at this point, but again, on lap 16 of 150 laps. So it's going to be a long evening of racing. The interesting thing is happening here earlier this year.
Oh, look at this. Pastriak goes down to the inside. Anderson stands on the throttle. Shuts the door on him. And Carl Pastriak pulled up right alongside.
Tony's piece of fun to the machine right there.
As he dropped off the pace momentarily, now apparently things have sorted out and Stefanik holds on. Mike Stefanik still running in the number 5 spot.
Well, it gave a little tap and maybe because it was so wild out there that Stefanik nodded off the wheel. Doubt it.
Once again, it's Pastriak closing in on our leader.
This time to the outside, he's going to try and slingshot him down the front straightaway.
Carl drops to the inside. Anderson again closes the door on him. Pastriak, the Frederick can't seem to get underneath.
Wayne Anderson doing an incredible job protecting his position. He's got action in the pits now as one car pulls in.
That appears to be the 19 of Bob Park.
Mark had some problems earlier on.
Now here comes the Reg. He makes a move on Steve Park. Here comes the Reg in car 69. And he takes up another position.
Pastriak again on the outside.
No room to move. He drops down the inside again. Still no back out right behind leading. Here he comes. Here comes the Reg. And Ruggiero now moves into 7th place. The Reg is on a move.
And maybe as he mentioned earlier when we were talking to him, whoa, he goes high. He's going to lose another spot. Mark comes underneath him. And here comes Mike Marquette, the number 1 car. Meanwhile, the order up front remains the same. We got somebody going around coming out of turn number 3. Everything still stays green. Now comes the... They have a 3-tire rule on yellows. You cannot change but 3 tires on a yellow, so he might have come back in for another tire. I wasn't really watching.
All right, we're tightly bunched and ready for the restart. Can Wayne Anderson do it again?
At the stripe, the green flag is out. Anderson jumps into the lead. Everyone comes to the second spot. Carl Pastriak holds him off, but Carl's up pretty high. Everyone right on his bumper, but not able to take advantage. Back a little bit further. Holden.
Mike Stefanik and Brunholzl having a good duel side by side.
Right behind number 69, the Reg, and pulled up another 2 spots.
Here they come, and here comes the Reg. He's down low, following Stefanik.
Pastriak again on the top side of the racetrack. Trying to find that magic. Get around Anderson. Wayne Anderson with his foot glued to the throttle. Again, they start to ease away from the rest of the field. These guys are creating their own airspace, and everybody else is going to breathe some fresh air.
Steve Park, meanwhile, takes over the 6th spot as he overtakes George Brunholzl. So the one of Steve Park still very much in contention. Now, a problem for Doug Hebron, the number 3. Drops severely off the pace. Hebron with a problem. Into the pit area he goes. So our number 3-point man on the tour in trouble.
Stefanik, number 44, now with the Reg all over his... Back in the 7th spot. Fuller now moving around the number 8 car.
And Jeff Fuller now running in 6th place. Caution flag.
Whoa.
Problems out of turn 2. The 11 of Klemke going around. Everybody scatters around him. Winston Brand of the R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company, once again the series sponsor for the NASCAR Winston Modified Tour. $50,000 point fund will be paid to the top 20 drivers in the final standings. Here we go. We're ready for the resumption of this one. And we're back underway.
Once again, the number 15 in the lead. And number 55 in the second spot. We got a new driver in
it's a dead heat right now, but Mike Stefanik's got someone he's very familiar with right next to the red, number 69, challenging for third spot on the high side. Stefanik, number 44, with the low groove at the little bit shorter than the ground. 18, number 3. Everybody stays pretty close together. We're single file. Nobody's driving away from the entire field. He's trying to get close to some of the slower traffic. He never got into a situation where the leaders had to lap slower cars. Stefanik now closing in on Pastriak. Brings the win. The Island driver likes to win here. He's driven here many, many times. Pastriak is not giving him the opportunity to move up. He is moved to Wayne Anderson's moment.
And one gentleman who's quietly been doing a fine job is Bruce D'Alessandro, running in 7th place in car 39, having overtaken Mike McLaughlin. Out of turn 2 they come, and once again, it's Anderson leading the way down the backstretch. But look out, he's got plenty of competition right on his back bumper. Here they come. 46 laps now complete.
D'Alessandro, number 39, has moved all the way up to the 22nd starting position, so he's definitely dialed in.
Bruce had his best finish ever Saturday night, finishing in 4th place at Riverhead. So maybe he's turning his season around with these 2 weeks. Into the infield. The dust flies. It looked like the 35 of Essen. The 11 of Ed Klepke once again. Ed having his problems tonight.
Somewhere in that dust, they modified tour car. Meanwhile, Red goes on the outside of the advantage once again. He's looking to get around. Generates the grab. The infield between turns 1 and 2 gets back on the low groove, trying to accelerate.
And Doug Hebron is back in the event. Car number 3 returns. Between he and the Reg. Off the turn. 1/3 of our event now complete. Here comes Carl Pastriak looking low on our leader and makes the move.
They seem to be probing each other, looking for a weak spot. Wayne Anderson, so all 4 drivers in the first lock themselves into the track. They're all waiting for something to transpire. Mario comfortably sitting behind the fence. Pastriak with major league frustration. Can't get around Wayne Anderson.
Once again, Pastriak all over Anderson's bumper. It's Wade Cole going around in turn number 3. S.J. Avanchin safely by him.
Cole just seemed to lose
The 35 car. And S.J. coming around again. Probably wants to get as close as he can to the end of this field.
You wonder how much damage gets done when you're doing that. The midway to see that large brown military vehicle, it's called a Hemet. And I happened to be involved in the early development of the suspension of that vehicle. It was designed to travel over rough terrain at 60 miles an hour with the same comfort level as an automobile. It's quite the piece of equipment. If you didn't get a chance to see it, they're trying to get it out now. And I think that's why I want to move some of those cars so they don't get run over.
Into 2nd place, Jamie Tomeno in the 17 into 3rd. Now here comes the parade heading back out.
Fuller beat Jan Lady out barely.
And of course Fuller is some laps down. Rick Fuller, that is, but Jeff Fuller is on the lead lap in car 8, and he did get out.
So we're not quite halfway there yet.
In any event, we're ready to roll one more time. Can Carl Pastriak hold on to his lead over Tim Connolly? Connolly with a great run in his last outing here at the Stafford Motor Speedway. Pastriak bobbling all over the place, and that opens the door. Jamie Tomeno and Jeff Fuller.
Tomeno was fine earlier. Got
on it, gathered it, didn't spin, but got sideways, gathered it back in, and boy, he just jumped on it. Carl must have snoozed on that one because he was definitely, he's going backwards fast, he's going forward. He must have developed some problem with that car. I guess
Now, a little shuffling going on as Wayne Anderson moves back into 4th place now. So Anderson far from out of this event. As they come off the turn, it's Jamie Tomeno leading the way over Jeff Fuller in the 8th. Then it's the 4 of Ted Corley in the 15 of Wayne Anderson. Tim Connolly with a problem. He was up near the front, and all of a sudden, mechanical problems, and Connolly drops back in the 42.
Here's the decision some of these drivers made to stay out was not the right one because the tires probably blistered up. Fuller goes down to the inside, down to the speed. Runs down a racetrack, but it manages to keep under control. Tomeno dropped right down and closed the door on him, put him in the basement. Jeff Fuller, the number 8, modified right up on Tomeno's rear bumper. That's Corley. Right there. Here comes number 15, the guy that ran in front. Looks to the east side, trying to move up another spot. Anderson running in 4th spot. They are bunched right together up front.
And here comes Magic Shoes, Mike McLaughlin on the outside in car 21. He's looking for 4th place. Here comes McLaughlin. And Mike has the number 4 spot. Mike Stefanik also driving hard as he now tries to overtake Anderson.
Fuller again up there on the inside, going to steal it. Tomeno leads down. Fuller gives him a little bit of room. The last time around he was in the dirt.
That great battle between Anderson and McLaughlin continues now into turn number 4. Side by side, out of 4 they come. And this time, Magic Shoes has the spot. And here he comes, diving under Satch warning. McLaughlin on a mission as he now takes over the number 3 spot from Worley. Worley surges back, however. He's not giving up easily.
Fuller again drops the lead. Down to Tomeno. Again, close the door. Fuller just put his foot out of it and wind up down on the apron in the dirt. Comes roaring right back. And a battle for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. They side by side. You're not supposed to run 2 abreast here. That's Willie and McLaughlin, number 21 and number 4.
And we have our new leader now as Jeff Fuller takes over the top spot from Jamie Tomeno. Down the backstretch they go. McLaughlin running 3rd. Worley now in 4th place. And keep an eye on Mike Stefanik on the inside. Here comes Mighty Mike.
McLaughlin now challenging for 2nd spot. Hands on the top side, goes right around Tomeno. Jamie not able to close the door. Worley trying to go around also. He's side by side as they go into turn number 3. Worley, Tomeno. They're heading in the line. That's Worley with the advantage.
And following right behind Worley is Mike Stefanik in the 44. He moves alongside. And he'll take the spot away from Tomeno. It's Mike Stefanik now running 4th.
Halfway there. Halfway to 150 laps. A modified racing.
by side, lap after lap. Watch the 17 and the 39. They're really having a battle. Off the fourth turn, once again, leading the way. Jeff Fuller now expanding his lead over Mike McLaughlin. Stefanik third, Reggie fourth, Jack Worley fifth, and Wayne Anderson now running in sixth place.
So we passed track number 75 in the 1910, Steve Park, the one car.
Now Wayne Anderson tucks himself under Satch Worley. Let's see if that fit works. No, sir, not that time.
Number 44, next to McLaughlin. They're going to go side by side, right up against the slower cars. Now, let's see which one goes high and which one goes low. Oh, right in front of the second, third, fourth place car. Then it drops down low behind Cole, and that's not the place to be. McLaughlin gets the advantage by being up top.
Two lap cars side by side as our leader comes upon them, and that will slow Jeff Fuller down.
Fuller tucks on the outside of one. Rich drops down, take a look, but there wasn't quite enough room. He's a patient guy, he knows how to plan his moves. Advantage to the driver. He's great about it. Next, that's causing them to close up on the block. Number 21. Now, the track drops down on the inside. Take a look for the second spot. Lawson stands on the throttle. Number 20 car eases out of it. Once again, they tighten up. Lawson goes wide. The Bannock goes low, and they touch. The Bannock and Lawson come together. The Red is looking for a way through. Momentum really didn't go away. There goes the Bannock. Number 44 drops to the inside. Side by side, Ruggiero trying to figure out which one to follow through. Mike Stefanik with the advantage on the bottom side. Ruggiero tucked in behind him. McLaughlin stays right on the throttle. These three guys are glued together. Look at this. McLaughlin now pulls up on the outside and retakes second spot. Stefanik again with a quick way around, has the edge of the line. Cars in front of them. These guys are wired together. Stefanik gets caught down low. He's up high a little bit, trying to set him up in the back straightaway. McLaughlin's in the second position right now. This car doesn't jump up any higher. And sure enough, Stefanik gets stuck, and there goes the Reg around the outside. Number 69 taking advantage of the situation of this last car. Right ahead. Oh, Mike Stefanik, number 44, all the way back to fourth spot. Stefanik is
McLaughlin and Mike that time. Here he comes again. Who will it be? Off the turn they come. McLaughlin and the Red. Side by side now out of turn two. Great action down the backstretch. And the Reg has it as McLaughlin drifts up just a little bit. Stefanik will work his way through and take over the number 3 spot from McLaughlin. Now the Reg. Here we come. Your leader, then your second place car, but then tight corners. Mike McLaughlin being chased now by
Ruggiero right on the cover. Does not attempt to go high.
Well, keep an eye on this now. The Red used a pick earlier to move up. Let's see if he does it again when they come upon the slower traffic. Red goes to the outside now. Here he comes, making his first bid for the lead. Nope, not that time.
All for the first lap car. Right in there. And Lemke. And Rick Moore on the first three cars in left and now Lund. Cars on the outside. Fuller and Ruggiero. They locked together.
outside groove once again. Into turn 2, it's still Fuller nose to tail with Ruggiero.
While all this is going on, 40-point advantage continuing to close up the gap a bit. Slower traffic, quite a distance to go to rubber these two guys up front.
Meanwhile, a battle for position between Wayne Anderson and Satch Worley. At the line, they're side by side. Here they come again on slower traffic.
It doesn't appear that anybody's slowing down as far as their pace. The tires are standing up very well. Right behind him. Gives him a test as I'm here.
Here comes the Reg on the inside.
Reggie makes a charge, but he's got Pastriak in front of him. The same thing happened earlier. Reg actually to the ground on that test. Excellent speed. Not enough room there. We got some more cars. These guys come together, go to the tail. Reg now looks to slide again, but he's got a lower car in front of him, so he doesn't want to make the same mistake. Backs out of it, tucks back in, behind Jeff Fuller. Got a car dragging the wheel and walking.
Mike Iwanitsko in car 36, apparently with a flat tire or suspension problem, into the infield.
The yellow comes out now. It's going to really set up for an interesting final 22 laps. The stripe between turn 3 and 4, he'll be the guy to lead him off, but boy, what an advantage on a single file start is. Unless the thing jumps out of gear or he goes to sleep with the switch, he's definitely going to be in control when they reach the end of the straightaway. Green's out, we're racing again, and Fuller with the advantage. Trying to put as much distance between him and the situation
in. Panic drifts up high. Loses a little ground to the Reg. Wayne Anderson trying to close in now to move up a position for himself. But has to drop back in line behind McLaughlin. 15 laps left in this one. The CarQuest 150 winding down.
McLaughlin going back to the development problem. Anderson now side by side. It looks as though Rick might play the blocker on this, but something's wrong with the McLaughlin car. I can't see Wayne Anderson jumps on the advantage. The advantage against them way up high in the race course. His tires might be going away. Red just missed the wake. Rob, he's slowing down. He's going to be the first lap car they're going to have to deal with. Anderson trying to get around number 77. Rick Fuller. Wayne Anderson is attempting it back up front. Worley now across the floor. Ruggiero drops down the inside, takes a look, but not enough room. Red now, man on a mission. Fuller with the advantage in the back straightaway. Ruggiero closing right up to go into turn number 3.
Here we go, just 10 laps to go in this one. As they head for the line, it's Fuller, Ruggiero, and Stefanik. And Wayne Anderson now running in 4th place. Off the second turn, it's still Fuller with that edge over the Reg. The laps really clicking by quickly now. And the Reg is going to have to make his move pretty soon.
Ruggiero drops back in again behind Fuller. Goes by and drops down Fuller, looking for an advantage. Let's take him out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Ruggiero with a full car length between him and the number 8 car. Touches bumpers. Fuller. Jeff Fuller knows he's there. There's no doubt about that. 69 written all over his rearview mirror. Ruggiero goes to the high side now. He's going to try the long way around. Stefanik's moving up. Ruggiero goes high again. Whoa, on the front straightaway. Boy, we're doing some Major League rototilling, and the yellow flag comes back out. Charlie Pastriak, the number 5 car, gets a little bit sideways, coming back to number 77, Jeff Fuller.
Rick Fuller, excuse me, together.
All right, so it really, truly will be a dash for the cash and glory. Here we go. They wind up on off the turn, and we're back on the green.
But he went backwards. Now that moves Anderson up to fourth spot. Stefanik now right in the bumper of Ruggiero. First four positions.
2 laps to go. Here we go. Into the turn. It's Jeff. He slides up just a little bit. Not quite enough of an opening for the Reds to take advantage of. Here they come. Down into turn 3. Still 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of the turn, let's see what the Reds will do. It's white flag time. One last chance to do the job. The Reds goes to the outside. Drifts up just a little bit.
Stefanik tries to make a push inside, but it's thwarted.
Here they come, folks. Be on your feet for this one. Off the turn they come. Who will it be? Down to the line, it's Jeff Fuller. Jeff Fuller getting the lead after one of our cautions, holding on for the victory over the Reg. Mike Stefanik with a strong run in 3rd place and another good performance by Wayne Anderson to finish in 4th place. So a great night of racing capped off by a win, 4 features, then go into our regular race program. In between, we'll have another spectacular fireworks display. So it'll be a great way to start your Labor Day weekend. Be sure to join us for next Friday night here at the Stafford Motor Speedway. Here's your champion, Jeff Fuller, winning the CarQuest 150. No doubt about it, a great run for Jeff as he held off the many challenges thrown his way by Reggie Ruggiero. Standing, so he probably will move up another notch or 2. But there he is, ladies and gentlemen, our winner, Jeff Fuller.
Thank you again.
It's Jeff Fuller. That was a great ride. You know, you guys were at each other the whole way around. I mean, how much did you take your eyes off the rearview mirror at all?
You know, a couple times I did, and it seemed like I could pull away from Reggie just a little bit there, but we changed rear tires, and I think we might have had just a little bit closed up there on the stagger, but the car was flawless. The guys did a hell of a job. Thanks Goodyear for having a real great tire, and Sunoco, and I'll tell you that the guys have really been working hard, and, you know, winning a race like this means a lot for them. It you know, builds the morale and everything, so, you know, this one's for them.
It was really neat to watch the way you guys worked around the slower traffic. I mean, it was like a strategy class for those of us that are up in the tower, the way you would roll in and drift up and try and close the door. I mean, it was just really fun to watch.
Maybe it was fun for you to watch. I'm going to go change my underwear. That's not my kind of fun. I like to have, you know, a little bit of leeway there.
Well, I'll tell you what, you did a great job, and congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, the tour winner, Jeff Fuller. Raleigh, well, that's pretty much it from down here. We're going to take some team photographs, and when we get a chance to talk to the Reg who finished second here, and then I'll toss it back up to you.
All right, Tony, go right to it, my boy.
To go before them last 2 cautions. When we got the cautions, our car would go to push for a few laps, and Jeff would get away, and I'd have to play catch up again. So, you know, all in all, we had 2nd place finish, 2 2nd place finishes tonight. One to Pro Stock, one here. But would have liked the one, but Jeff was going good. He come out of the pits ahead of us, so, you know, that's luck. Tonight we finished 2nd. We'll go Wednesday night at Thompson, see if we can win. It was great for us. I mean, I'm hoarse from screaming up there. Some of the moves around the slower traffic were terrific. They were classic. You guys were giving us lessons in strategy.
Yeah, the lap cars were sort of not obeying the passing flag tonight, and everybody had to dodge different ways. And a couple of times I had Jeff, but the lap cars sort of pulled down on me. But that's racing here at Stafford.
Now on to Thompson, right?
Yeah, we go to Thompson Wednesday night for the rain out, and see what happens from there.
Good luck to you. One more guy we want to see if we can get a hold of here. Boy, was it hot out there or what?
Yeah, it was a little warm, you know. The Bud Olson car ran pretty good for us right out of the box as a maiden voyage, and we'll learn a little bit more by running this race today and hopefully run a little better for Thompson next Wednesday.
You seem to get up real close and all of a sudden you drift back. Was the car developing a push on you?
It's probably Reggie and Jeff going at it, and they were probably slowing down more than I was speeding up. That's probably all that was there. The car was loose off the corner, so I had my hands full near the end.
Well, it was a great ride, and third place is very commendable with this race tonight.
All right, thank you very much.
Well, that's basically it down here. We want to thank everybody for coming, and hopefully we'll get a chance to see you here next Friday night. In the meantime, stick around and enjoy the celebration.